Deli counter turned into a scene of a deadly stabbing.
A postal worker was killed and one woman is under arrest this morning. Let's give right to Good Day's Briella Thomas. She is live outside that bodega in Harlem. And Briella, investigators believe this all started over who was next in line to order at that deli.
Yeah, Tashani and Dan, good morning to both of you. All literally over a sandwich. That woman, the suspect identified this morning as 24-year-old Jaya Cruz. She has been charged in the murder of 36-year-old Ray Hodges, who, was killed on the job yesterday. He was stabbed to death here in the deli behind me in Harlem. Now, Cruz could be arraigned on second-degree murder charges as early as today. Let's get right to her being escorted out of the 28th precinct.
That's a woman, everybody. I can tell it's no woman, no hips. Yeah, that's you can't look at the shoulders on her. I mean him. Look how broad them shoulders. Look how tall. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like New York City is like Gotham, right? Yeah. And then the news is just lying to you. Right. Why y'all calling that a woman? How many women stab people to death? Typically, violent crime is committed by guys because of our testosterone. Right. But how many women go out here and just stab people to death? How many times have you heard of this story? Well, Lorena Bobbitt chopped that dude's mushroom tip off. Well, she didn't stab him to death. She chopped his mushroom tip off. Well, that's even worse. I'd rather be stabbed to death. But you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I see what you said, but you see what I'm saying. Yeah, this is what I want to say. Won't you just call it like it is? Call it like it is. It's a trans woman. Just say trans woman. Okay, Captain Obvious. Why you got to say woman? It's missing context. There's misinformation. Because you don't want to hurt the murderer's feelings. That's why. But that's what it is, a trans woman. It's not a biological woman. So when you say it's a woman, you're lying to the public. That's misinformation. Trans woman. Just call it like it is.
Yesterday, it happened shortly before midnight. Cruz was covering her face with a black hooded sweatshirt and avoiding questions from reporters. According to police, the attack happened inside Joe's Grocery on Malcolm X Boulevard and West 118th Street at about 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Hodges, an on-duty postal worker, was found with stab wounds about the body and rushed to Harlem Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police confirming with us this morning that the stabbing followed an altercation over a spot in line and that a knife was recovered at the scene. Neighbors tell us they ran into Hodges all the time on his daily route and are in complete disbelief that this even happened.
Oh, wow.
Police say the 36-year-old postal worker was on the job when he was stabbed and killed inside this deli on Lenox Avenue and West 118th Street Thursday afternoon. An employee of this deli says this violent confrontation between Hodge and a 24-year-old named Jaya Cruz started over something trivial.
There was argument about who's getting order first. So they start arguing. We try to break between them. And we separate them.
Authorities say the 36-year-old was stabbed multiple times and Cruz is now charged with murder. Those who knew Hodge say this is yet another sobering reminder of how quickly life can change.
Investigators say the 24-year-old alleged assailant is in custody, a person with no obvious criminal history. A friend of that person says she would not have attacked anyone without cause.
She's a nice young lady. She is not the type that just come out in the street and attacking people. This is just a bad neighborhood. What had happened, I have no idea because I was not around here. I don't know, but I do know if she said it was in self-defense, it was in self-defense.
I don't believe that. I do not believe that. You know, he was a postal worker. He wasn't some drug addict. And why is he walking around with a knife? I mean, the trans woman. Well, he was stabbed 7 times, so it was a crime of passion. I think something was said to, like, upset that, the trans woman? Yeah. Yeah. And but why does she walk around with a knife? Well, it is dangerous, New York. I mean, they burning people alive on the subway. You know what probably happened? He probably referred to his, whatever you want to call it, biological sex, and then it escalated. And she pulled a knife. That's what happened. Probably. Yeah. I would think. But it doesn't take much to set them off. It might have been just an argument over who was in line first. Yeah. Haven't you noticed, like, violent crime, like, with trans people is really picked up? like that school, those school shootings, right? And then I seen a trans, like I think it was a John. She did him, unalived him with a knife,
Right.
right? And now this over like who was first in line. It's like these, for you to do something like this, you're mentally ill.
Yeah, well, it all goes to culture.
What?
It all goes to culture. Like trans people are, you can say they have a higher propensity for violence, for being in your face, to pushing. I mean, just look at their way of life. They push their beliefs on other people. They force you to comply and affirm who they are.
Well, that's why they have a, like when Joe Biden say they have a high risk of death, they die at high numbers.
Right.
It's because they participate in risky activities.
Yeah.
They're usually sex workers.
Right.
Or they're just violent people.
Right.
I mean,
Like I said, it all goes to culture. They just, I mean, the whole way of life is about being in your face and forcing you to comply what they want you to do.
yeah.
Look at the news media. They even calling her a woman when it's a biological male. They don't even call her a trans woman. They're so scared and in fear of what these people do to them.
No, this is what they pushing. This is what the media want to portray.
Yeah.
This is a woman.
Well, the media has to, they took a solemn oath to uphold the truth and to spread.
They didn't take an oath.
Yeah, they do. The news media?
They don't take an oath.
They can't spread lies.
They don't take no oath like no judge.
Well, the
That
judges,
could be a police
well, look at
officer.
the judge, the police, judges, prosecutors. They take oath and they lie all the time. I mean, there's no integrity is what I'm trying to say.
No, just the thing. Like that murderer's best friend, or whoever she was, said if it was self-defense, it was self-defense. She doesn't go out here looking to harm anybody with self-defense. You don't stab somebody 7 times in self-defense. You don't stab a postal worker
Who has no criminal record.
who's on his lunch break just trying to grab him something to eat real quick before he goes back delivering packages.
If
You don't-
she- well,
7 times.
She said if she says it's self-defense, it's self-defense.
Now, if she
Everywhere-
said she's a woman, she's a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just New York. I don't know how you people live in New York. The people that watch this channel, how do y'all stay there?
Yeah, it's just too risky.
It's like Gotham.
You got a postal worker just grabbing some lunch, get stabbed by one of those people, the alphabet people, over God knows what. I mean, whatever will happen, it didn't. I would not condone the use of violence in
Yeah,
any
it didn't
form.
justify.
Yeah,
Unless it was actually self-defense.
but to those people, they say words can be violence. It all goes to culture. Your words can be violence.
Yeah.
So if he called you a man, her a man, or him a man,
It's violence.
it's violence.
Well, that's why you in jail for murder. You're going to get some time, too. I think they're going to upgrade it. Well, it's second-degree murder. Crime of passion. I don't think you can get them for first degree. But it's a crime.
She didn't
It
play
was
it.
definitely a crime of passion. I mean, 7 times?
Yeah,
Self-defense? If it's self-defense, you stab him like 2 times so you can get away.
yeah.
The dude had stabs
Self-defense,
in-
you stab somebody, you flee.
Yeah, like once
She
or
stayed
twice.
there and kept stabbing them.
7 times. Yeah,
That's not self-defense.
yeah. That's murder.
Hey, you could say it's first-degree murder because she planned to kill.
Shut up, bitch. The video over.